What to do, my fellow artists, producers, and engineers? I know you guys are probably watching this video because you guys want to learn Studio One fast. You guys, make sure you guys grab your notebook. Feel free to stop the video. Feel free to pause it. Go back and watch some things. I'm gonna be looking at my notes up here, so if you guys see me looking up, that's what I'm looking at, my notes, and I'm gonna be right back on my computer. So subscribe to my channel, please. Hit that like button, comment below, and without further ado, we about to get it started. So right here we are on our home screen. First thing we're gonna do is go to new song. And we're gonna start off with an empty song. You're gonna name it, I'll just call it tutorial. And then here you're gonna set where you want it to be saved. So you would just, usually it saves in documents automatically. You would choose a folder, but I already got it saved where I wanted to. Leave everything else the same, 44.1, 24 bits, bars, 5 minutes. Just leave everything the same, we'll adjust that. Stretch audio files to song tempo, and then we're gonna click OK. That just gave us an open session. So I'm gonna take off my browser real quick. I'll explain to you what the browser is and everything like that. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is import a file. So this is for anybody that already has a beat on YouTube or whatever. So let's just pretend you already have a beat made. So we're gonna drag and drop. Here's one way you can do it. You could drag and drop and boom, it's in there. Another way you can do it is you can go to song, you can go to import file. And then you can locate it there, whether it's in your downloads, whether it's in your music file. You can go ahead and click it and it'll open and import right there. Obviously that's on top of the track that I already had. So make sure that you know where you want to locate it at. Secondly, I'm gonna teach you how to add tracks. So you're gonna go to track and then you're gonna go to add tracks. Now, if you wanna do vocal tracks, so you're gonna name what you want. Let's just say rap vocals. And then the type is gonna be audio. You can give how many you want, 5, 10, but for this, let's just do 1. I don't wanna have a bunch. You could choose the color that you want it to be, or do an auto color and it'll do. Now the format, you want it to be on mono. So keep it on mono. And then the preset, leave that off. The input, well, I'm gonna get more into like the setup of it, but this is gonna be your mic input from your audio interface. So right now I got it on left because that's where mine is. Your output, leave that on the main, and then we're gonna click OK. And that just gave me my first track. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the audio setup. As you can see, my microphone is working. I'm gonna show you how to get your audio set up. So go to your Studio One, you're gonna go to Preferences, and then you're gonna go to Audio Setup. Now here is where you're gonna click the Audio Device tab, and here's where you're gonna be able to do your playback device. So I got my Studio One. You're gonna locate the audio interface. Some people have Scarlett, some people have Apollo, some people have Studio One. So I have the Studio 24C, and then recording device, same thing, Studio 24C, because that's where my microphone is plugged in as well. And then you're going to choose your device block size. So if you know that your computer is more older and can't really handle a lot of space, you're going to make the sample rate a lot higher. That's going to cause a little delay, but it's also going to keep your computer from just crashing, your program from crashing. If you have more of a newer computer, you can do higher samples, just depending on your RAM. And then you're going to go to processing. Same thing with dropout protection. I have minimum because I have such a new computer. But again, it's the same thing. If you don't have such a great computer, anywhere between medium and maximum is where you're going to want to be. Your process precision, if you're on a laptop, that, check your specs on your computer. It's going to be a single most of the time for a laptop or a double for a desktop. But again, check your computer specs. And then, yeah, so then now you're all set with your audio setup. So now you should be able to see your mic. Your mic should be plugged in. Make sure you turn on your 48V that's on your audio interface. So I got mine's on. Now here's where I'll monitor. So now you should be able to probably hear me. Let me grab my microphone right here. Okay, so you guys should be able to hear me. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. So I got my mic set up, and I'll get more into the controls of that. Matter of fact, let's do that real quick. So as far as for the mic, this blue button is how you do it. I'll make this bigger for y'all. The blue button, okay, hold on. I'll bring this back. So this blue button right here is the monitor. This is how you hear yourself. As you guys can see, hear myself, check 1 2. And then the red button is going to be for record, so I'm going to take that off the playback. I'm going to take it off the beat. And then this is the solo, this is the mute. Now this record, I'm going to show you how to record, because just by pressing it doesn't mean you're going to record. You're probably wondering why I ain't recording, because I'm going to show you on the transport where you record. So looking at my notes, this is the mono, the channel mode, so it's on mono. Make sure you have it on the right input. If you don't hear nothing, click this button right here and make sure you have it on the right input. It might be right, left, depending on which channel you put it in. So now we have our thing set up. Now, same thing for instruments. Some people just don't do vocals. To add an instrument track, you're gonna go to track, you're gonna go to add instrument track. And that just gave you a track right here. Now with this track, it don't have nothing on there because there's no actual like instrument on there, but I'll show you how to drag an instrument to that. If you want to change your name, you can click here and change it. If you want to change your color, you could click here and change your color. So that's that. I'll get to the instrument drag. Pretty much you go to browse, make sure you're clicked on the instruments tab, and you could just drag over. If you have some in there, you should already have some from Studio One. I'll just drag over my tie and I'll drag it on top of that. Now I'll show you how to get your external device in there. So as far as your external device, which is your keyboard, if you have that plugged in, it should be plugged in USB straight to the computer. You're gonna go to Studio One Preferences. You're gonna go to External Devices. You're gonna go to Add. It should be right here when you go to Receive From, you should be able to find it. And you click the name, and then Send To, you click it again. And then if you can't find it, you could just click the brand it is, and it should pop up on there as well. All right, so now that we got that out the way, you should be able to hear. I ain't got my headphones on, but I'm pretty sure y'all can hear that. Hear something? No, y'all can't hear nothing? Hold on. Yes, you can, sorry. All right, so that's how you get your instrument track. So we got a vocal track, we got an instrument track. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what the transport is. The transport's down here. And what this transport does is, I'll start off with the tempo. The tempo, you can drag to the right to speed it up. And by the way, I'm gonna mute the beat because we'll start with the audio, or with the instrument. So like you can speed it up, you can slow it down. And then here is the key. If you click, you can choose which key that you want to be in. You could keep a reminder for which key. And then the timing, this is 4/4. You can also go like 3/4, you know, anything that you want, it's unlimited. And then here's the metronome. So when you click this arrow, it gives you the click track. And then this pre-count is like, for like when you're about to record, it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, it starts recording. So now we're gonna go over here. This is our looper. So like when you're making beats, when you go up to the top number, you want to go above it, not on it, because when you go on it, it's just clicking where you want to play it from. But when you go above it, you'll see, and I'll even zoom in, you'll see this pencil kind of thing. And we're going to drag it to just 8 bars pretty much. I'm holding it, and then I'll let go right here. This button down here activates that loop. So it's going to just go up to here and then restart. So this is great for, because like I said, you're going to record. I got the pre-count on, I got the metronome on. So I'm going to hit record and I'm going to start it from the beginning. So to go to the beginning, press stop, or you could press all the way back here to go to the beginning. I'm sorry, all the way back here, return to 0. And watch, you'll see when I press record, I can do. Now I could even bring this over just for the sake of time, be quick. So as you can see, it's going to repeat. So it repeats. And as you can see, this is what allowed me to record. So if I wanted to do for the vocals, same thing, I'm going to turn off the beat. Turn the beat off mute. I'm going to bring the tempo back to 120 where it was originally. And I'm going to just do a quick, I'm going to take this off the loop because we don't want our vocals to loop. And I'm going to turn on the monitor. Check, check. And we're just going to just hit record. Make sure this is on if you want to hear yourself, the monitor, and make sure the red is on for the track that you want to record. Only on that track that you want to record. Now we're going to hit it, the record on the transport.
Yeah, hey, yeah, hey.
So you can see.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Everything's kind of loud. I'm going to turn that down.
Yeah, hey.
So y'all can hear it.
Yeah.
So now y'all can clearly hear what I got going there, that you can record your vocals. So now you know how to record your vocals. So I pretty much showed you guys the transport. Now we're going to go into the tools. So these are the tools up here. This is the arrow tool. The arrow tool is the click one. Now this right here allows you to do both. This is a link. You could link the arrow with another tool, but I'll take it off the link for now. The arrow allows you to move things around. Just grab and drop. The range tool allows you to highlight and then you can press delete, or you can like highlight and then move it over with the arrow. So the range tool has a lot of power as well. The split tool, this is something you guys are going to need to know about. You can split between each one and then you can move it over, similar to the range. The erase tool, it speaks for itself. You click, it erases. And by the way, I'm pressing Control Z. On my Mac, it's Command Z to undo. If you wanted to know those, you can go to Edit, and you can see Command Z, Command Y to redo. These are all just go to Edit if you want to see these things that I'm doing, the little shortcuts. And then Paint tool is more for like automation. Get into that in another video. Subscribe for more information on that. Here's a mute tool. So if I just want to press that, instead of muting the whole track, you might have something just cut and you want to mute just that part, so it's ghosted. And then here's a bend tool, get more into that in another video. And here's a solo tool, so instead of soloing the whole track and have to listen to the whole part, you can actually just solo wherever you want. All right, so now what we're going to do is, let me see my notes, we're going to go into the oh yeah, more into here. This is the audio bin. We'll get more into that into another video. Again, I'm just trying to teach you guys what you guys need to know to just get started. Here's a quantize. So this is manual quantize. When you click the Q, this is gonna allow you to bring up, so this is like 1/8, 1/16. If you hover over it, it'll tell you 132. You have the swing if you want to swing it like a jazzy, the triplets, and then so on and so forth. And you would just hit apply, and that's what it would be. Now, I don't like to use that. I actually like to use the, and by the way, when you have that, you would just click on the track that you want. Like for example, let me just make this quick. If I were to go back to my instrument track and make a, so if I were to go, just bring that over. Bring it over here. Now, this is automatically quantized because I have the IQ. That's input quantized. But it's input quantized to, here's where you go. You go to 1/16. You can make it 1/8 if you want, 1/32 if you want. Here's where you would do it yourself, and it'll automatically do it. The time base, you have it on bars. You have it on seconds if you want this to be on seconds instead. Frames, samples. So I'm gonna keep it on bars. That's what I like to do. And again, I have it on the quantize because that's where we're at on the 1/16. Snap, we're going to go to the adaptive, leave it on that. Here's where you want to understand toggle snap. So if you guys are familiar with sliding the grid snap, basically when you use the arrow tool and you're bringing it in, it's on the lines. Let me scoot it up. Let me actually make this bigger. So like right now it's going on each line. I don't know if y'all can see, it's going on each line. But if I take it off the toggle snap, I can slide it how I want. So that's good for you to know as well. This is the auto scroll. So if I were to turn it on, when I go to here, let me get rid of the browse. When I go here, it'll auto scroll. If I don't, then it'll leave it where it's at. So how are we doing on time? I'm not too sure how we're doing on time, but like I said, I'm gonna try to do it. All right, so we got the tools, we got the transport. Now I'm gonna show you Also, by the way, I forgot to mention, these are macros. I went over macros, but this is gonna be in another video. I'm gonna show you guys later. And this is obviously something cool for you guys to know, scratch pad. This is for like, if you mess up, you can click the scratch pad and just bring, like you could delete it here, and then like you could go back and go, okay, I liked it this, never mind. You can bring it back. And you can do as many of those as you want. Just click it and duplicate, add scratch pad, delete scratch pads by clicking on the scratch pads or clicking on this arrow down here. All right, this is videos and stuff. We're not gonna get into that. Here's the edit window. So the edit window, when you click on edit, and I'll make this bigger. Edit is essentially what you see on each track. So if I were to click this track, you can see for the instruments on edit, it allows me to see the piano roll. And I can adjust my piano. If I were to click the rap vocal, you see here, and by the way, I'm zooming in right here if you guys can't see, the bottom right. It allows me to highlight, and the same tools are up here, the range tool, the arrow tool, they're right here, but just for the edit. So, and yes, it does affect everything on the timeline as well. So if I were to click there, you see how it splits up here as well. So if I were to move it here, it's moving up there as well. So there's the edit as well. Everything is still the same. Here's the mix window, which is very important. The mix window is where you guys are going to be adding your effects, which I'm about to show you in a second, is where you can control your volumes. Same thing here. If I wanted to record from here, I can just click and you see how it's still controlling up here as well. If I wanted to do the input, I could do the left, right input here. The main output, I could do that as well. Again, I'll get more into automation later, but if I wanted to record, I could record from here, and it's ready to record from here as well. Check 1 2, check 1 2. So I did all that from the mix window as well. And speaking of browsers, so you can open them up. You can open the mix browser at the same time. You can open up the browser and the edit at the same time. Now to add effects, we're gonna go to our effects, or you can click the effects tab up here. And here's gonna be all your effects. I'm just gonna stick with PreSonus. If you wanted to, I'm gonna show you how to basically drag and drop them. All these are drag and droppable. You could drag and drop it to, let's just say, the reverb. And you're supposed to put reverb under sends, but all your other inserts are gonna go under all your other effects are gonna go under inserts. So you would drag and drop it to there. Now you can also, if you want to drag it to your inserts, you can drag and drop it straight onto here as well. Make sure it's on the gray part. So now I'm gonna basically show you, like, when you wanna exit out of the effect, you can exit out of it by clicking the X. When you get back in it, double click. And here's how you tweak them. You just click on different things.
Yeah, hey.
I'm gonna turn off the metronome.
Yeah, hey.
Just wanted to show y'all that's what a reverb does, but all these are effects you guys need to add in order to make your stuff sound good. You guys watch more videos if you want to know more about effects. Subscribe to my channel for that as well. And so now, let's see, where are we at? Also, if you want to remove your effect, if you say, I changed my mind, you click this arrow right here, and you can go to disable or remove. And now your effects is gone. You can add as many effects as you want to add. So that's your effects right there. Now I just want to show you the power of right clicking. Right click, you'll see you'll be able to change the file tempo. You can speed it up. You can transpose. Transpose basically, if you want to make it more like a chop and screw voice or a chipmunk voice, you would go up for the chipmunk, down for the chop and screw by just holding that. You can also double click and just input the number. Tuning. Gain envelopes, we'll get more into that, but basically gain envelopes, if you want to just turn something up and down, you can do that by gain envelope right there. By right clicking, you see the power in it, man. You could cut from here, you could copy, you could delete, you'll be able to paste once you do copy. You could duplicate, so if I were to right click and press duplicate, by the way, if you look at all these, you'll see the shortcuts. So like D is a duplicate, or I can just press D for duplicate here. Duplicates, this is really good for like choruses or just repeating stuff that you want. They have the Melodyne edit on here, detect your chords, all these different things. You go to events, you'll see all the different things you could do on here. Just take your time, go through those. You can see the audio processing, you can reverse audio, you can strip the silence. So many things you can do. You can fade in and out. Just by the way, here, fading in and out here. This is good for like the end of your songs when you want to fade it out by just pressing right here. Again, trying to make this video fast for you guys, but yeah, you can mess with it like that. But yeah, so now you know, again, you can subscribe for more information on that. Now, let's just say that you did all your tracks. Let's say you got, by the way, if you want to add more tracks, the shortcut way, you can duplicate track here and just keep duplicating. If you're like, ah man, I wish I added more, you can either go back to where I showed you under tracks and add more tracks here, or you can just highlight them by holding shift, duplicate, and add 3 more. And then you can just double click and rename them how you want to rename it. Now, once you're done, and let's say you got all your vocals and everything recorded, and you got your effects on there, you did everything. Now you're ready to bounce it over, export it. You're going to highlight it. Now, remember I showed you guys, I'm going to zoom in. Remember I showed you the pencil thing for the loop? Now, I got it looped on. Loop is active. It doesn't have to be active as well for you to export it, but you have to export it by, remember, that pencil has to be there on the top. Boom, I got that over. Make sure you grab it and bring it all the way to the end of your song. Now, by the way, this is still operating by the toggle snap. So if you need to turn off the toggle snap, it's okay if you're like 1 second late with it. You'll just be 1 second late on your song without any music. But make sure you definitely get it from the beginning all the way. Go all the way to that 1 when you're doing it from the beginning. And I'm just holding it and I'm bringing it over. You might take a little practice with this. But boom, now I got it right here. I'm gonna zoom in. You can click on what you want to zoom in, and then boom. Now, mind you, if I turn off the toggle snap, then I can slide it how I want instead of it just going on each line, because you might not be there. But anyways, I got it on. It fits right exactly at the 100. Now, to export, make sure everything is unmuted that you want to be in the song. You're going to go to Song, and you're going to go to Export Mixdown. And then this is the location. You're going to click on the 3 dots, and then you're going to choose where you want to save it under Music, Downloads, Desktop, wherever you want to save it. You click Open, and then you're going to name your file. This is what your song is actually going to be when you do it. So I'll just call it Mixdown 2. Here you could publish. They allow you to do pre-sonosphere, Notion, which is for like script reading for your song reading, and then you can upload to SoundCloud. But for now, I'm not going to publish because it's going to make me log in and do all that. Format. So professionally, they allow you to do 2. I don't know. They might allow you to do that on artists now, but you would click your format. If you're going to do WAV, 16-bit is usually what they do as a standard, 44.1. If you're going to do MP3, click on that. This is also the #1 thing that they use. So between WAV and MP3, those are the only 2 you're really going to need. Sample rate, 44.1, always remember that. And bit rate, I do 320 because it's the highest bit rate, it's going to be the highest quality, but 192 is a standard. So by the way, this is going to determine the size of your file. Still not going to be as big as what you call it, and keep it as constant bit rate. Now, export range between loop, as we have it between loops. We didn't go over markers, we didn't go over those things. That's in other videos. I'm just showing you everything you really need to know. And then options, it's going to show you keep it on main. Do not put it on mono. And then, yeah, so just keep it on right tempo to audio tracks and close after export. And that's it. You're going to click OK. It's going to bounce. Now, if this shows as a clipping occurred, it just means you were in the red on your volumes. I really didn't get a chance to like go over that. I canceled that real quick. Here's your main. All it means is that something's a little loud and it's peaking in the red, and you'll see it over here in the red. Actually, over here in the red, it'll pop up. But 0.90 is not bad. Again, we're going to go to export mixdown. Everything's pretty much the same how it was. I got it on 120, obviously. So, yeah. Like I said, I'll get into more of that, the technicals of it. And then saying, do you want to delete it because it was over? We're going to say no. And here it is. So now I can play my song right here and put it on whatever device, email it to myself, upload it wherever. So that's everything in a nutshell that you need to know about Studio One. I hope that you guys found this video helpful, man. Please like this video, subscribe. I want this video to hit the algorithm. I want people who want to learn Studio One, just like you want to learn. I want them to just get the hang of it quick, everything you need to know about Studio One. And watch more videos for more information, man. If you're an artist, producer, engineer, whatever you are, just believe in yourself. Just know that you can do anything with God. All things are possible, man. I'm out of here. Z Fly one time. Gone.